Welcome back to the video. Wayno's Photos here, and today we're going to be talking about a product that we use in tubeless tyres, and that's called Sealant. Now this product has been extremely successful in the mountain bike world, and for many years they've been trying to push this into the road cycling part of the industry. And I remember back even when I first started cycling, tubeless tyres was on the market and they were trying to push them, and the uptake of them has been very slow. Well, anyway, let's talk about tubeless tyres, sealant, and how that can be used in road cycling. Well, the industry keeps telling us tubeless tyres are the future, and they keep saying that they're faster and aerodynamically and all this sort of stuff. And the actual limiting factor in them is this stuff, is the sealant. And why that is because in mountain bike, they run a lot lower pressures, and the sealant works extremely well. Under lower pressures, the sealant can get in there. It has time to harden and fill the holes, and it's really quite effective. But on the road cycling, we tend to run our tyres at higher pressure, and this is where the sealant starts to fail, because once you get above about 60 psi, it's very hard for the sealant to hold any hole that's bigger than like a fawn and seal it. So if you get like a cut or anything bigger than a very small hole, the sealant is struggling to actually fix the puncture on the go. So the two main problems in the road cycling industry is, one, we have a smaller air volume in the tyre because the tyres are quite small. You know, if you're running sort of 21, 23, 25, 28, then your tyre loses too much air and has too much pressure in it for it to actually seal. If you're a light rider and you're probably riding 25 mil or 28 mils and you can run your tyres under 60 psi, you might get away with it. But the reality is that the sealant really struggles above 60 psi, no matter which design you use. And this is actually the magic. And also your air volume is much less compared to a mountain bike type of bicycle tyre. So how can we use this sealant to actually help us in the road cycling industry? Now, I use this stuff and I use them in my tubulars, and I'll just buy tyres that have a removable valve. And you can also buy, tubes for clinchers with removable valves. And what you can do is you can just remove these valves with just a little key, and then you can actually just add the sealant with a little bit of tubing really easily, and then you might not even have to take your tyre off out in the road, and it'll fix your puncture, and then pump your tyre back up, and away you go. So you can actually use it just like the tubeless setup works, but you use it within the clincher. Now, it may not be quite as effective as a tubeless tyre because the membrane between the tyre and the actual tube obviously flexes and moves and could be breaking your seal. But I've got it to work in clinchers, and I've got it to work in tubulars as well, many occasions. But the problem is it's not reliable, and that's why I haven't gone to tubeless tyres. If you fix 99% of your flats, man, I'll be on them in 2 seconds. But unfortunately they don't. And the design of them, and having to have special bottles and tubes to inflate them, and then when you use different tyres on different rims, you can have problems. I've done so much research in this because I was going to go this way for a while. I need a lot of research on it. And the problem is this right here. This is the magic. It's not about the design of the rim. It's not about the tyre. It's about this. And until they can improve this product, which hasn't really changed for decades, then I don't really think that in the narrow type tyres we use on road cycling, we're really going to have it work as effectively as it does in the mountain bike industry. Anyway, guys, tell me your experience you've had with tubeless type rim tyre setups. I mean, I know there is the Mavic system, and what I've seen, that is probably the best design. But I'm not too actually sure if Mavic are going. Someone can let me know down below. Are really Mavic still going or not? Are they still making, that I can't remember the name of it, but you had to buy special tyres for special rims, and you didn't even have to put sealant in them. They actually work just like a normal car tyre. And I thought that was very good, but apparently the tolerances have to be made very good. Well, anyway, guys, that's where I'm going to leave it. Get your comments down below, what experiences you've had with tubeless tyres, and I'll see you next video.